Frankie Morgan here from FM Boxing Media with the co-promoter of the Battle of the Bridge. John, how you doing, mate?
Good, Frankie. Thanks for coming down, mate. Nice to see you. Hope you enjoyed the press conference.
Yeah, great press conference. Obviously, seeing Roy Jones, even through a screen, everyone's starstruck seeing Roy Jones. But how does it feel to co-promote an event with people like Spencer Oliver, Roy Jones?
It's amazing. Obviously, we did the first one in Texas, as we mentioned, and you mentioned Roy Jones. He's like a hero to pretty much anyone in the sport, me included. And we were standing in an Airbnb, and I remember waking up one morning. It was about 6:30 in the morning, and I had a little bit of a hangover and a bit of a headache. I sort of like walked from my room into the kitchen, which was like a big lounge kitchen area in this Airbnb. I was in my boxer shorts like you do, and I look across, and Roy Jones is in the kitchen on Zoom with TalkSport, because we were 6 hours behind. So I think it was like 12:30 UK time, and I'm just sort of like looking at Roy, and Roy's like, and then we shared a KFC a bit later. I was just like proper pinch yourself moment. So it's really good for me, and just like everyone else, quite surreal. But no, the whole event, the whole show, the Texas one was great. We've gone a bit bigger on this one. We've gone with a bigger venue. We've gone with more fights between the Americans and the UK. So there's 10 fights. Look, at the moment it hasn't come off yet, but it's looking good. So we're happy.
Yeah. So press conference arguably went better than the one yesterday that we all see with the eggs. Are you happy? Did you check everyone's pockets on the way in?
No, I didn't, Frankie. Good question. You say better, I'm not sure, because I think last night was quite good fun.
Maybe better entertainment value.
Yeah.
But for the security, it was a lot better here today.
Absolutely. No, they're classy lads, and there was, you had no Americans here, so there was a little bit of trash talking, a bit of banter. But I'm proud to say that our UK team, they're classy people. If they weren't good people, we probably wouldn't work with them. But we like a bit of spite. I think there will be a bit of fight week, because there is this siege mentality. Like when we were in Texas, it's UK, USA. Like I think Harvey said it, he nailed it. When you're normally fighting, you're fighting for yourself. You don't want to lose, and your friends and family, and your mum and dad, and your wife or your girlfriend. But actually now it's like, if I lose this fight, I've lost a point, and we need to win. So it just adds to the drama of it. But yeah, press conference was good. I was happy. Everyone turned up. It was just one fighter that couldn't make it, which was a shame. But everybody else, it was great to have Roy. Obviously, Spencer's a legend and a friend now as well. Great to have Don Charles up here. So no, I think it went well.
I just spoke to Spencer and I asked him if it'd be a whitewash. Now Spencer said he's realistic, it won't be a whitewash. But could we maybe hear you say that it'll be a whitewash?
Do you know what, Frankie? I hope it's not. I've got to be honest with you, because clearly I want the UK to win, and there's 10 fights. So if we win 10-0, all our fighters, my fighters, whichever way you want to put it, win, which is the most important. But the whole point of it is to make it competitive. Like I mentioned, when we went to America, it was 3-all. That tells you it was competitive. As I said, 1-0 up, 2-1, 2-0 up, then 2-1, then 2-all, then we went 3-2 down, then it went 3-all. We probably could have gone back and forth for a while. Yeah. So I'd imagine there'll be twists and turns on the night. You never know. It could end up like 8-2 or 7-3, hopefully in our favour. But when you look at the fights, they are ridiculously even matched, and that's the concept of this show. It was never going to be journeyman. We were never going to bring over Americans who, got really bad losing records. I've matched one today with someone because the opponent fell out, and they're now fighting someone who's 6-0 with 6 knockouts. Yeah. And you're a bit like, wow, that tells you that we're bringing Americans with them kind of records over. We're not trying to fix it so that we win. Clearly, we do need to win. Yeah. But no, it'd be nice if we get a whitewash, but I very much doubt it.
Yeah, well, I just spoke to Spencer and I asked him the process of picking the fighters, but he said that was more down to you. So do you want to walk us through what made you pick these fighters in particular? Yeah,
good question. So basically, we've got good connections with all the gyms, the fighters themselves, the managers, the trainers around London and the home county. So it wasn't hard for me to go looking, just like when I do a normal show. The magnitude of this show and the platform we're trying to achieve with it, clearly we stepped up a level. So a lot more interest from fighters, maybe of a better level. There's some fighters that aren't here that reached out only last week. I won't drop names, but former like British champions, that kind of level now, asking if they can get on the show. People want to get on a big show like this, and it is a big show. So it was kind of just go and see who wants on, but equally I had to then be a bit selective and go, well, and some of these fighters, they fought for us before. In Texas, we had 3 fighters here today that fought for us in Texas. It would have been 4. Ollie Duffy was fighting on this show. He got a win in Texas, but we've moved him to the O2 because he's going to be fighting on my show 2 weeks before.
Yeah, that's a good fight against Daniel Francis.
Great fight, yeah, and he was scheduled in this one. I rang his manager, I went, listen, we got him a title fight, let's move it to the O2. But what I'm trying to say there is we would have had 4 fighters out of 6 that were back on here. So it's very much like you look after us, we'll look after you. And we're building friends and family. As I mentioned, we stay in an Airbnb. It's like going on holiday for a week with really good friends, and some good stories that come out of it. Some that can't be said on camera, some that can. But that's easy, because I'll go, well, he looked after us, let's go and ask them.
Yeah, so I've first worked with you a month ago. That was at the Ipswich show.
Yeah.
The next one's going to be at the O2, and then you're stepping up to your football club, Stamford Bridge. How does it feel to go up in level so much within the space of 3 months?
Yeah, it feels amazing, Frankie. For me, being a Chelsea fan, clearly that adds a little bit to it. But even like Dennis has put shows on in Vegas years and years ago. He's put shows on with Ricky Hatton, he's managed David A. Dennis has operated at a far higher level than what I have. But even Dennis is like, John, this is brilliant. It whets the appetite. Your call is my home. But when you do it every month, it's like going to work. Now I used to get up and it would be like, oh, it's fight day. Now I get up and I'm like, yeah, it's fight day, but I'm just going to work. So doing these little things that are a bit different, going abroad clearly, because that comes with good experience with it. Going to the O2, that's promoter v promoter, so I need to give the Nielsen's another good hiding, just like last time. And the Chelsea one, as we said, it's a big platform. You mentioned Ipswich, we went out there, we enjoyed that. It's nice to go different places, but yeah, this is definitely next level for us.
Yeah, well, obviously, next step is going to be on the pitch at Chelsea. You want to sell out the whole stadium. Could maybe Don Charles is here at the moment. Could we maybe get Daniel Dubois defending his world title against an American?
I would love
Could that be the next one?
I'm not sure Frank Warren would sign that off. But yeah, they're the kind of dreams. Like my boy, he's here tonight. He sort of like said to me a year ago or 18 months ago, Dad, one day would you want to do the O2 or Wembley, or would you do a football stadium? And I was like, are you mad?
No one would ever say no.
No, you wouldn't. Yeah. But at the time, we never thought, well, we've just gone to your call, but we have done the O2, albeit the Indigo. We are going back. We are going to Stamford Bridge. So who's to say we won't achieve those dreams and go to those big venues at some stage in the future?
Definitely, John. I'm looking forward to seeing you at the O2 coming up soon, and I'm looking forward to seeing you at Chelsea.
Yeah.
As much as I'm a United fan, you've got to take your hat off to getting something like that over the line.
Yeah, fair play. Well, you're welcome. Also, we've got 3 shows in 5 weeks. We've got York Call, March the 14th. Then a week later we've got the O2, and then 2 weeks later we've got the Chelsea one. So a busy 3-week period for us.
And anyone looking for tickets, where should they go?
Yeah, tickets standard. They're in for the Stamford Bridge show. You can get them off Fighters, but there's a link in the Fight Zone website.
Which I'll put in the description as well for you.
Yeah, every promoter will tell you the tickets are selling great. They are selling phenomenally because of what they are, and there will be a limited amount. We probably will sell out. So anyone who does want them, get on there and buy it. The best thing about the show, sometimes you'll go to a really good show at the O2 we do, or York Call, and there'll always be a few at the bottom that are learning their trade and fighting a journeyman, and the whole card's 50-50. So if you're a boxing fan, get a ticket, because once one fight's finished, you won't be going home.
And you know what, I can completely agree, because I checked the box recs of every single person before this, and every single opponent looks exactly the same, record for record. So
great matchmaking. Daniel Francis, if he watches it, that's his job to do that. We've got fighters who are 6-0 v 6-0, 5-0 v 5-0, 9-0 v 7-0.
Yeah,
that's the kind of thing we're trying to achieve. So who knows what will happen on the night, but hopefully it's a win for Team UK.
Exactly that, John. Thank you very much. I look forward to seeing you soon.
Cheers, Frankie. Top man.
Cheers, mate.